You can see the team flag depicts the members of the team flying the huge tricolor flag with Akash Ganga name embossed into it. Please give them a huge round of applause.
Demonstrating flawless technique and synchronization. The team consists of 28 young and vibrant air warriors. Precision and finesse are on full display as the air warriors execute each movement with fluidity and control. I need not mention the strict physical regime of the team members as the 5.5 kg 303 rifle with their bayonet appears as a toy in their hands. Now the team is switching over to alternate line formation. Meanwhile, Corporal Raghupati Dubey will perform solo advanced drill, which is a combination of agility, flexibility and strength. From here, these air warriors will spread over into cross formation seamlessly to demonstrate their versatility and skill. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for one of the most difficult movements in which the air warriors throw their rifles blindly to the rearmen while marching. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause for these air warriors? The next formation is inclined line formation. Here you can witness a series of drill exercises performed in continuation, followed by marching in the same order. Each movement is executed with elegance, showcasing not only their physical power but also their mental discipline and concentration. Ladies and gentlemen, do not take your eyes off the rifle, which are going to be exchanged in that magical moment. And here they perform one more time for those who missed it the first time. With an enthusiastic advance, the team will form a square formation. From there, the team will rearrange themselves into single aircraft formation. Meanwhile, Corporal Raghupati Dubey is back among us with his impressive solo rifle maneuvers. The team will now back to form square formation and will perform combination of movements in zigzag formation. Each movement is executed with meticulous attention to detail, from crisp transition between positions to the fluidity of their footwork. As they navigate through the intricate sequence of positions and transitions, every subtle adjustment is critical, separating these air warriors from the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have big round of applause for these air warriors? Ladies and gentlemen, look straight ahead as the team is transforming in prison formation to give you all a closer view of these mesmerizing rifle movements. Ladies and gentlemen, while you all enjoy the drill movements, let me introduce you to the team members. Today, the team is led by LSE Raghav. In front rank, we have Corporal Aryan. In second rank, left to right, we have Corporal Abhishek, Rajkumar, Pankaj. In third rank, we have LSE Kuldeep, Bhupendra, Surat Sa, Devendra, Sahil Joor. In fourth rank, we have Corporal Satyam, Samim Alam, JK Sahu, Jyoti Prakash, Saurav Lodi, Suryakant and Amit Rathod. Officer in charge of AWDT, Wing Commander Kunal Khanna, Team Administrator, Squadron Leader H.S. Kanyal, along with the able team of instructors, Warrant Officer R.B. Upadhyay and Junior Warrant Officer Ramesh Babu have been actively involved to bring up the standard of the display which you had witnessed. The team is now preparing itself for the grand finale, the tunnel formation, which is the most thrilling movement of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for the team leader who is going to test the precision of drill of its teammates by passing through the tunnel of rotating rifles with their bayonets. This moment is a result of immense practice, focused hard work, coordination between mind and the body, and the confidence in the abilities of self and teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, please appraise our team with a thunderous round of applause for the wonderful performance by the Air Warrior Drill Team of Subrato. Jai Hind!
जवान जय हिंद दीक्षांत परेड आपके निरीक्षण के हाजिर श्रीमान जय श्रीमान जय हिंद
The Chief of the Air Staff will now inspect the graduation parade.
Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh took over the command of the Indian Air Force on 30th September 2024. He was commissioned into the fighter stream of the Indian Air Force on 21st December 1984. An alumnus of National Defence Academy, Defence Services Staff College and National Defence College, he is a qualified flying instructor and an experimental test pilot with more than 5,000 hours of service flying on a variety of fixed and rotary wing aircraft. His operational tenures include being the commanding officer of a MiG-27 squadron and air officer commanding of a frontline air base. As a test pilot, he led the MiG-29 upgrade project management team in Moscow, Russia. He was also the project director of flight test at National Flight Test Center, looking after the flight testing of Tejas. Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh has held staff appointments of Air Defence Commander at Headquarters Southwestern Air Command and Senior Air Staff Officer at Headquarters Eastern Air Command. He then took over as Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Central Air Command. Prior to taking over as the 28th Chief of the Air Staff, the Air Officer held the appointment of Vice Chief of Air Staff. He is married to Mrs. Sarita Singh. The couple is blessed with a son and a daughter.
Now introducing you to the parade commanders. The parade adjutant, Academy Cadet Adjutant, Kapil. Squadron Commander of Number 1 Squadron, which is being reviewed now. Squadron Cadet Captain, Suryadev. Squadron Commander, Number 2 Squadron, Women Cadet Captain, Nishtha Vaid. The Nishan Toli is being led by Flight Cadet Nitin Sharma. Squadron Commander, Number 3 Squadron, Academy Cadet Captain Tushar Sharma. Squadron Commander, Number 4 Squadron, Women Cadet Adjutant Anjali Gill.
Ladies and gentlemen, for over 9 decades, the Indian Air Force has relentlessly operated in peace and war and never let its guard down. We, the Air Warriors, are always prepared to defend our skies each and every time. Right in front is written the vision statement of the Indian Air Force: people first, mission always. The vision statement underscores the importance that Indian Air Force places in its personnel, as the man or woman behind the machine would eventually decide the outcome of any operational endeavor. While induction of the state-of-the-art equipment and systems upgrades the combat potential of Indian Air Force, our people remain our most valuable asset and the biggest strength. During their training at the Air Force Academy, the flight cadets being commissioned today have imbibed knowledge, leadership skills, and value systems.
जय जय श्रीमान। दीक्षांत परेड को मन से गुजरने की आज्ञा है श्रीमान।
आज्ञा है।
जय श्रीमान।
जय हिंद।
Now you can see the parade commander marching towards the left to take his position beside the parade adjutant.
Stand parade! Bicycle! Stand! Stand!
शिखर अकेले हासिल नहीं होता, साथ मिलकर चलने का साहस कोई गैर नहीं रखता। एक फौजी की पहचान सिर्फ उसके नाम से नहीं होती, कभी पूछ कर देखो तो अपनी टुकड़ी से ही वे अपना नाम और अपने कर्मों से अपनी टुकड़ी की पहचान बतलाते हैं। परेड में शामिल फ्लाइट कैडेट अब आपके सामने मार्च करते हुए अपने कौशल, तालमेल और अनुशासन का प्रदर्शन करेंगे।
Ladies and gentlemen, when the Nishan Toli passes in front of you, all are requested to rise and those in uniform to salute.
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, जब निशान टोली आपके सामने से गुजरती है तो आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं और जो वर्दी में है वे सलामी दें। मंच के आगे से गुजरने से पहले परेड निकट लाइन से खुली लाइन में बदल जाएगी और धीमी मार्च करते हुए माननीय वायुसेना अध्यक्ष का अभिवंदन करेगी।
As the marching contingent approaches the dais, may I now direct your attention to the 3 Chetak helicopter formation led by Wing Commander Deepika Mishra, Vayusena Medal, approaching from left to give an airborne salute to the reviewing officer. will once again change formation to close order and continue with quick march to reposition in front of the dais. The band is now marching in front of you, playing the tune Vijay Bharat, composed by Master Warrant Officer J.A. George, Vishisht Seva Medal.
Parade holds great significance in armed forces. The word parade comes from the old tradition of formation combat, in which the soldiers were held in strict formations to maximize their combat effectiveness. Although close combat has given way to the coordinated three-dimensional application of military force, modern military organizations still use parades on important national events for ceremonial purposes as well as to inculcate self-discipline. It reinforces discipline and esprit de corps and instills sense of pride in uniform. Parade is thus a way of life for the personnel in the armed forces, as it also portrays the might of the country's armed forces and level of war preparedness. As the parade contingent marches by, arms swinging in synchronization, heels digging in, we are proud of the burning desire that the training at the Air Force Academy has kindled in these young trainees.
इन फ्लाइट कैडेट्स के जोश और जज्बे को देखकर माखनलाल चतुर्वेदी की पंक्तियां याद आती हैं कि चाह नहीं मैं सुरबाला के गहनों में गूंथा जाऊं, चाह नहीं प्रेमी माला में बिंद प्यारी को ललचाऊं, चाह नहीं सम्राटों के शव पर हे हरि डाला जाऊं, चाह नहीं देवों के सिर पर चढ़ूं भाग्य पर इठलाऊं, मुझे तोड़ लेना वनमाली, उस पथ पर देना तुम फेंक, मातृभूमि पर शीश चढ़ाने जिस पर जावे वीर अनेक।
After the parade halts, it would present general salute to the Chief of the Air Staff in a reviewing order.
Stand break! समीक्षा क्रम में आगे बढ़ेगा मध्य से तेज चल Stand break! General salute! Salame! Chest! Stand break! Bachu! Chest! Stand break! Booming! Chest! Stand break! Action! तेज चल
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, अब आप देख सकते हैं फ्लाइट कैडेट्स आगे बढ़ते हुए पदवी आयोगदान के लिए 3 अनुभागों में मंच के सामने खड़े होंगे। वहीं आपकी दाहिनी ओर से जूनियर कैडेट्स एयर क्रू बैजेस लिए और कमीशन होने वाले
फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर शशांक,
Flying Officer Bineet Singh Anand,
Flying Officer Surjo Roy,
फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर अभिजीत जाधव,
Flying Officer Parul Dangi,
Flying Officer Ashish Kumar Sharma,
फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर शुभम जांगड़ा,
Flying Officer Chavi Sehrawat,
Flying Officer Aditya Santosh Bhalerao,
फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर रजत शर्मा,
Flying Officer Pooja Jangra,
Flying Officer Raj Jitesh Kumar Rathod,
फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर सनातन शर्मा,
Flying Officer Sudarshan Pradhan,
Flying Officer Chirag Dhillo,
फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर वर्षम जैन,
Flying Officer Aryan Srivastav,
Stand break! Wait! Jump!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief of the Air Staff will now address the parade.
AOC Training Command, Commandant Air Force Academy, commanders of the other training establishments, graduating officers, proud parents and families, esteemed veterans, senior officers, instructors, staff, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to be here to review the combined graduation parade of 215 course. I consider myself specifically lucky to get an opportunity to review 2 consecutive CGPs. It just seems like yesterday that I was here as the RO for 214 course. For that matter, it seems like yesterday that my own commissioning, which was 40 years back. Nothing much has changed. It was very similar setting, if I can remember. Yes, it was a different venue, tarmac in front of the flying faculty those days, and we were in khakis. At the outset, I must compliment all on parade for an outstanding performance with immaculate turnout and crisp drill movements. Everyone here will agree that what we saw today was not just a display of military precision, it was a reflection of unwavering spirit of the Indian Air Force. I would like to congratulate all of you for successfully completing the rigorous training and being commissioned as officers. Special congratulations to the officers from Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard, and the trainee from Vietnam for earning the coveted wings. Let me tell you that we are as proud of you as your own services. Hope you will take back happy memories of your stay here to cherish, and your training here will serve to strengthen the bond between Indian Air Force and your service. My heartfelt gratitude to the proud parents and relatives of the 215 course officers, as your rock-solid support has enabled them to achieve their dreams. Your sacrifice and trust has been and will always remain instrumental in each of their success. The nation and Indian Air Force will remain forever indebted to you. I would also like to acknowledge the sincere efforts of AOC&C Training Command, Commandant Air Force Academy, commanders of the other training establishment, and your teams of instructors and staff, and compliment you all for the successful completion of training of yet another course with the expected high standards. Coming back to the young officers, when you decided to serve the nation, you chose a career that is not only challenging, but also most rewarding and honorable. As we look towards the future, two things are certain: fast evolving character of warfare and the increased relevance of the aerospace power. Operation Sindoor stands as a shining testament to the unparalleled prowess of the Indian Air Force, wherein we demonstrated our capability to deliver swift, precise, and decisive blows to the enemy. You, as the future of this Air Force, must understand that Air Force has been and will always remain the first responder. It is our collective responsibility to live up to the trust placed in the Indian Air Force by each and every citizen of India, and we must be ready and prepared for this. Today's ceremony marks the culmination of years of perseverance and structured training as a cadet, but it is only the beginning of your learning journey. Continue to expand your horizons and discover new capabilities. The battlefield is going to be more and more complex, and you will need to continuously train and retrain to succeed in future conflicts. With Indian Air Force fast evolving into aerospace force, many of you will lead the nation's foray into space. All these challenges will require you to be totally committed, focused, innovative, and passionate about your job. Remember, our strength comes not just from individual excellence, but from cohesion of the whole team. No branch operates in isolation, whether in sky or on ground. Each one of us has a vital role to play. Make sure that you understand your role and give your best to bring glory to our motherland. Operation Sindoor has showcased exceptional coordination, synergy, and integration within the armed forces. You must keep furthering the spirit of jointness as you grow in service. Remember, remaining fighting fit should remain as one of your KRAs as you grow professionally in service. You must focus on physical and mental fitness and personality development through healthy lifestyle. Remember, the oath that you took of bearing allegiance to the Constitution of India is a commitment for life. Faithfully discharge your duties to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of our nation. In a few moments from now, you will take your Pratham Pag into the Indian Air Force. Now onwards, you will no longer be greenhorns, but competent officers ready to take on any challenge. You are the architects of the Indian Air Force's destiny. This huge responsibility should not weigh you down, but should become a motivating factor in your lives. Finally, I urge each one of you in blues to uphold the ethos, honor, and traditions of IAF. Wear your uniform with pride and purpose, lead from the front, and always remember the core values of IAF: mission, integrity, and excellence, and these will be your guiding beacons as you navigate through your career. On behalf of the entire Indian Air Force, I extend a warm welcome to the newly commissioned officers and wish an exciting and fulfilling career to the graduates. May God bless you all with blue skies and happy landings. Jai Hind.
Stand parade! Stand done! Stand parade! Observe! Just!
Ladies and gentlemen, the band will now play the national anthem. You all are requested to stand and sing along.
Stand parade! Rashtragan! Shuru! Kar! Stand parade! Let's go! Just! Stand parade! Nigaklan! Just! Stand parade! Marco! March! Stand parade! Daniel Vice Stay! Just!
The band is now playing Northern Border, composed and arranged by Master Warrant Officer J. A. George, Vishish Seva Medal. and gentlemen, as the newly commissioned officers are marching out, up ahead, you can see the flight cadets of the junior course marching in. They will form up in two flanks through which their senior course, which has just been commissioned, will pass. The newly commissioned officers are taking their position at the rear, waiting to step into their new world. Each step signifies their transformation into bold and responsible officers of the Indian Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now see the officers marching towards the dais. As they march past the saluting dais, they would extend their first salute as officers to the reviewing officer.
हर शिखर को पार करने का प्रण लिए, हर चुनौती का डटकर सामना करने का जोश लिए, चल पड़े हैं वीर सपूत एक नई राह पर, चल पड़े हैं लगाकर पंख एक नए आसमान की तलाश पर।